Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, test drives are here, or test drive reviews are here for the Model Y Juniper refresh. The other day we talked about how you can go to potentially some local Tesla stores and drive one, and we've got some first initial reviews of some of those people. Just normal people like you and me have gone to those stores and posted a video. So we're going to get into that, plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing a new or used Tesla. And if you want to ask me a question, I do respond to all DMs in the Patreon app, so definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month, but more on that later. So let's jump into it. Yesterday, we talked about how you could potentially go to select locations out there that have the new Model Y Juniper refresh available for test drive. It seems like we know for sure Austin, Texas, Dallas has it. Paramus, New Jersey, I think that's where it is, and also New York seems to be beginning these test drives if you're looking to see if you can be eligible. But looks like some of these people are getting emails for an invitation, but also you may be able to go to tesla.com/events to see if you can get in as well. But here are some of the reviews, and shout out to Jordan for posting a video on YouTube, so you can go watch that full 8-minute video on X or YouTube if you want to take a look at it. I just briefly watched it, and it seems like overall very positive reviews. Jordan said, had a chance this morning to drive the new Model Y and do a short FSD version 13 video with the car. The car drives incredible, and full self-driving works as good as ever. This is good news to hear, because I have PTSD when we got that Cybertruck. I thought we could do a road trip, and it didn't even have autopilot, and so we had to drive that Cybertruck 27 hours. We made a full video on it with no autopilot or full self-driving. It's funny to say that, right? First world problems. To my knowledge, quote, this is the first known video of full self-driving being used on the new Model Y. I also did some manual driving and tested out the reduced regen mode for the braking, which will be great for those Uber drivers who can't get one pedal driving down. It worked fantastic, and the car drove great coming from a Model X. So really interesting to see here. And really, I'm pretty excited because we're also coming from a Model X and also a Model 3 Performance. And if the new Model Y is just as comfortable as some of the stats say, like 50% more comfortable than the previous generation, this could be a very exciting vehicle. Fingers crossed to see when we actually get ours. And I guess we'll briefly talk about, it seems like a lot of people are getting their estimated delivery dates getting pushed as well. Maybe some people had a February one. So I want to hear from you guys. If you had a February estimated delivery date, did you get pushed to March? And it seems like Tesla was maybe too overzealous with trying to see if they could do deliveries by February. Ben from Voyage ATX also posted a review. Drove the new Model Y today. Here are initial impressions. The new suspension is legendary. Going over bumps feels super solid and no longer includes a reverb rattle noise. To me, regen felt stronger than the previous vehicle. The vehicle also gives you the ability to reduce regen for new to EV owners. Really cool to see that. The brake pedal felt so much more firm, not regen, the actual brake pedal. That's funny. Regen pedal and brake pedal. The cabin is silent, almost like wearing noise-canceling headphones. Silent. Let me repeat that. The cabin is silent, almost like wearing noise-canceling headphones. Silent. That is crazy to be able to say that. And that's why in that Jay Leno video, when Lars and friends were in the cabin and you could hear them pretty clearly, even though they were going like highway speeds, this is going to be pretty exciting too once we actually see this vehicle actually on the road and we can all do, and everybody can do their test drives. I think this is going to be a big hit. And maybe all these small little changes that doesn't seem like a lot on paper is going to make this vehicle much better of a upgrade and refresh. Acceleration felt like it lasts longer, similar to the new Model 3 Performance. Cabin seat materials and comfort are much better than the outgoing model. Feel free to ask any questions below. On another note, the turnstock felt super light and doesn't have a button on the end of it. To me, that felt super cheap. Maybe that's because it's lighter than I am used to. And so very cool to see. It seems like both of these were red combination with white interior, and it seems like all those different Tesla Model Ys that were going to showrooms, actually taking a look at this picture, you can see they're in a Model Y Juniper, and there's one in front of them as well. And so maybe some showrooms are getting 1 to 2, not just one. And so if you are looking to test drive one, it might be much sooner than later at your local showroom. Here's another Model Y that was spotted in North Dakota of all places, really far out. It seems to be a Chinese version because it's got the emblem on it on the hood. And so certainly very interesting to see these vehicles being tested all over the place for the dual model variant. Here's another one that was spotted in Palo Alto with the 20-inch induction wheels for the Legacy one. Very cool. Interesting to see that this is another launch edition one. And of course, these are just being tested all over the place. And last thing and last update on the Model Y, we've got another rendering of that crazy body kit that was released the other day. And this time this color is in Nardo gray versus the other color, which was in black. So really cool to see as well. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. So you've been shopping for a Tesla recently, but the monthly payment has probably got you rethinking your budget. Instead of sacrificing and cutting back on a brand new Tesla and getting your dream car, why not save on your monthly phone bill? And that's where our partner Mint Mobile comes into play here. We've also been thinking about getting a new Tesla, and constantly I like looking at our bills, monthly subscriptions, trying to see where we can cut back. Things like Netflix, YouTube Premium, and much more. And that's where I've been able to save on my monthly phone plan by going to Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month, and you can get high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You can bring your own phone along with your current number and existing contacts. It's really easy to switch service thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most of you now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. If your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free, and it only takes 15 minutes. As you guys know, we've been traveling a lot pretty recently, so using Mint Mobile's mobile hotspot with our laptop has been pretty crucial and a game changer. So if you want to save money without the sacrifice, go to trymintmobile.com/DennisCW, also linked in the description, to get premium wireless starting at $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. Thank you to Mint Mobile for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Blueberry, thanks for coming in. Boon Moon, thanks for dropping by. And Lucas, Bass Fishing, great to see you as well. Quick market update for the Model Y and other models. It seems to be kind of lackluster, basically staying the same. We had a massive drop, but I do feel like there's a lot of price adjustments that have happened overnight. So if you're shopping, take a look again at your Tesla website, the Tesla inventory website, to see if there's some bigger discounts. Here's one that we found today: Model Y long range all-wheel drive, $7,330 off. Of course, this is a little bit of a loaded one. We had another one pulled up, but it sold before we went live, and so this one is a black with white interior 7-seat and a tow hitch, but $7,330 off. And the beauty with this one and all Tesla deals is that this is before the Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, where you can save an extra $500 to $2,500 off. In fact, if you're looking for the best deals, definitely check out our deal spreadsheet down below in the description, where we keep track of all the best deals that are out there that we see, so you can get some frame of reference on what type of deal you should be looking for. On top of that, a partner on our channel, if you've got a older Model 3, like a 2021 to 2023 or even 2018, they're basically having a clearance on their trunk and frunk mats. And so if you're looking to save 50% off the price, they're basically just trying to get rid of these. Definitely check out the link right there and also down below in the description, so you can get 50% off of your 3W floor mat liners, which I highly recommend. And another announcement, we're going to Tesla Corsa on March 1st. We're going to be tracking our Model 3 performance for the first time ever. So if you want to join us and maybe track your Tesla as well at Buttonwillow in California, it's about 2 hours north of LA. Definitely check out the link right here, or teslacourse.com, and sign up and join us. And if you're a beginner like we are, don't worry. There's courses and someone to coach us all throughout this whole process because it's going to be an interesting time. Blueberry, thanks for coming in. Boom. Did you PO the Helix 2.0 wheels or Crossflow? I'm super torn between the two, but have the Crossflow ordered for now. Great question. I always want the most maximum value, and so I went with the 20-inch rims, kind of knowing that maybe I'll swap the rims out later on. We'll see. But if this is only because it's the launch edition, launch series. If I had to build this myself, I would go with the 19-inch because it's just cheaper or free. But when you're paying for it, you want to make sure you're maximizing value. So the build we actually went with, if you're curious, Quicksilver 20-inch rims, and we got in with the white interior before it sold out. And so we definitely went white interior. And so I'm pretty excited because we've had 6 Teslas so far: Model 3, Model Y, Model S, X, Cybertruck, and Model 3 Performance. So this would be our 7th Tesla. And I've never, ever had white interior. And so this is going to be the first time we're going to have white interior on a Tesla. So it's going to be fun. And you best believe we're definitely going to be ceramic coating the interior because it's definitely worth it. Lucas, I had a March 8th to 31st delivery window, and it just changed to March only. Not sure what's going on, but I'm optimistic. Maybe I'll get it 3/1. I ordered it 3 minutes after the launch. Lucas, you're in the same boat as a lot of people. For some reason, a ton of people got their delivery dates changed to March, like a just March timeframe. And so certainly it seems to be that's what's happening at the moment. Daniel, Juniper lease APR is insanely high right now. How long do you think I would have to wait before it go down and be worth it? I would say if you're leasing, I would not lease any of the launch edition series version, because yes, we confirmed this. The Model Y launch edition, if you're leasing it, is 10.9%. And I think why they're doing this is because they know that the people that are leasing are the same people that do not qualify for the tax credit. And so that's like the loophole so that you can get the tax credit and then try and buy it out ASAP. But certainly it is not a good lease at all. This is actually what you're looking at is on our deal spreadsheet down below in the description, where we also keep track of all the Tesla lease interest rates. It seems to change month to month, but sometimes Tesla does drastic things. I mean, the one big thing here is that the Model 3 long range rear wheel drive, that $249 payment goes away after March 3rd. So I'm curious to see what will happen next month with leasing. Colin just drove one yesterday. It was amazing. Nice. Congrats, Colin. Congrats on being able to get into a Model Y Juniper and do a test drive. If you're just joining in, welcome. It seems like first test drive reviews from normal people, not Jay Leno and things like that, are out, because it's kind of interesting when you look at the reviews. Like I actually, at least from me, I haven't really seen too many, like even those professional reviewers get like a test drive. All of them have like the same walk around style. Like, here's the feature. The seats go like this, not like this, and certainly type of review. But this is what I'm curious to see, and it seems like the initial reviews are fantastic. I mean, Ben says the new suspension is legendary, and Jordan said that coming from a Model X, the car drove great coming from a Model X, which is super fantastic. And another update to today, we're doing something special today at the end of today's live stream. We're going to call it the breakdown, where we're going to facilitate questions from you all, or video questions. Michael actually submitted a video question regarding a Model 3, and so we're going to play it and then try and go through the steps on what I would do on how to get a deal for whatever Michael is looking for. So pretty interesting, and a different type of thing that we're going to be doing today. In this next topic, what do you think the Tesla more affordable model will be? Sawyer posted this poll out there, and I'm curious to see what you all think it will be as well. Because Tesla did say on like one of the last earnings call that more affordable models will be coming before June, and it's already February 16th, February 17th. It's already the second month of the first quarter. So we only have 3 to 4 months left. And so here's the options. Would the first option be a stripped down Model 3 or Model Y, like we see in Mexico, with cheaper seats, less speakers and also no rear screen and all of that, that could make sense. Maybe like a $29,000 Model 3, or a smaller vehicle, maybe like a Cybercab RoboCab that's for people instead of the Cybercab, or a Cybercab with a steering wheel. That could be an interesting one, or something else. And if you're curious on what I voted here, I voted something else here because when Tesla says more affordable model, that's kind of loose. And I personally think the first more affordable model that they're going to be releasing before June, but they did say like 2 to 3 models before June. I think the first one is going to be Cybertruck real world wheel drive, because if they can get that launch, I think that will really tap into the market and really see who actually is going to be buying a Cybertruck. Because after, if it does come out at like the 60,990 or 61,990 after the tax credit, that could potentially put it in like the mid 50s, then we'll really see who is in the market to actually get a Cybertruck or will pay the money to get into a Cybertruck. My second vote, if I had to vote, would be between 1 and 2, a stripped down Model 3 like they're doing in the Mexico market, or a smaller vehicle, which would basically be like the Robotaxi Cybercab, but of course with a steering wheel so that people could drive it. But still, very interesting to see which vehicle or which vehicles do you think Tesla will be rolling out by June or even by the end of this year. Raw, any idea when acceleration boost is coming for the 2025 Model 3 long range? Heard 2K in US a few weeks back in November. Yeah, I think that was like a different market, right? They released that for Canada. Kind of weird that they didn't bring that out for the US. I mean, maybe by the end of this year, it's another revenue source. Tesla would probably want to get into it. Call in, the Juniper feels higher off the ground and a much smoother ride. I'm not a Tesla owner, but test drove the regular Y the week prior, but have mine on reserve. I lived 40 minutes from Giga, Texas. Oh, very interesting. And so that is also interesting to say that you're saying that's like a smoother ride. Are you saying it's a more smoother ride than what other vehicle you're driving before? Or are you saying it's a smoother ride from like the Model Y before that? The older one. The cheap Model Y is here. All the used Model Ys for $30,000. Funny you bring that up, actually, Tobiah. In this next topic, Model Y prices have crashed. We're seeing surprisingly even lower prices for Tesla Model Ys that I did not realize you could get a Model Y this freaking cheap. And this might be a salvage one. This might be the price after the tax credit. But either way, at the end of the day, a 2021 Tesla Model Y standard range for $12,500 is absolutely insane. So let's try and find it. And it's this one right here. And what I did is I went to cars.com and I sorted from lowest to highest. And this is actually it. It's a 2021 Tesla Model Y standard range real wheel drive. It's got 171,000 miles on it and it's priced at $12,500. But I mean, either way, if you can get a Model Y this inexpensive, now, of course, the manufacturer warranty, the 4-year 50, is definitely gone, and the battery warranty is also definitely gone as well. But now I'm curious, like, is this a salvage vehicle, or it maybe even has a ton of accidents? Wow, full price $12,500. This car does not qualify for the IRS tax rebate, so it literally is $12,500, not like $16,500. But here we go. So the vehicle runs and drives great, but periodically has a warning message about the maximum battery reduced level. Might need battery service in the future. Clean title, never been in accidents. There is a small crack on the windshield. Full self-driving computer. 200 miles range on a full walk around video at the moment. Okay, so it seems like the battery might be on its way out, but at a price of $12,500, I mean, it could be worth the risk because there's shops these days, especially in California, where you can get a battery repair for like $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, and they can figure out and fix whatever could be wrong with the vehicle. And so certainly it is very interesting to see prices of these vehicles get this low, especially Model Ys. I mean, at that type of range, it might be a no-brainer to just try one of these, and with like an extra amount of money to have on the sidelines in case something were to happen. But if you're going to be buying one of these cheaper, low-cost, high-mileage Tesla vehicles like this 2020 Tesla Model 3 for $10,000 or this Model S for also $10,000, I strongly recommend some sort of warranty. And that's where our channel partner Amber comes into play. Amber is a month-to-month warranty for your Tesla. And unlike those other companies that will charge you $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 upfront, Amber is month-to-month. Think of Amber like AppleCare, but instead of for your iPhone, it's for your Tesla vehicle. They've got 3 different types of packages right now: Basics, Essentials, and Premium. Basic starts at $65 a month, so definitely check out Amber down below in the description. Use our link to get a no obligation quote for month-to-month coverage on your Tesla. You can see that Amber does have some benefits over the Tesla service warranty as well. So definitely thank you to Amber for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Jesse, thanks for coming in. I feel the launch series is not a viable proposition. It does have all the new features, but it is a mid-trim level. The acceleration boost is a software upgrade on it only. I'd rather wait for the performance. Good point. And I mean, if you can wait all the way till Q3 when I really feel like the performance could be rolling out, then yes, it probably will be where the Model Y performance will probably be in the like $55K price range. I mean, if you take a look at the Model 3 performance right now, the Model 3 performance is $55,000. And so if you add the full self-driving, I mean, it will be interesting to see once this Model Y performance comes out later on this year, like how much more would it have been or less? But there's other factors as well, Jesse, like the tax credit, the $7,500. We don't know what could be going on with that. The Senate just proposed a bill to kill that. And so if you're someone that likes to gamble and take the risk and you don't need a vehicle now, then yeah, sure, let's wait all the way until December because that's when the deal will definitely be there. But the one thing is for sure, the Tesla Model Y Juniper Refresh Launch Edition is definitely a force add-on. It's not a markup, but it's definitely forcing you to pay for all the acceleration boost, the full self-driving, and the accessories, the Launch Edition accessories, and everything like that. And so very interesting. Colin, I think maybe a smaller hatchback like the new Prius. Okay, yeah, smoother than the regular Model Y. That's good to hear because some stats said that some of the reviews or some of Tesla said that the new Model Y is 50% more smoother than the old Model Y, and that's a huge number, 50%. Eric, my delivery date went from saying end of February to March now. Eric, yeah, it seems like a ton of people, that same exact thing happened where it went from a date range in February and now it is March. And a lot of people that had like a March timeframe, it just says March now. It doesn't even say like March 6th to the 13th or whichever. So fingers crossed, and we'll see what actually happens. Now I'm kind of curious, like who or what sets the date parameters, or is it completely a computer that tries to look at production and it's just all automated, and that's why people were getting these interesting date ranges within February? Or was Tesla just too excited to try and get people into Model Y launch series before the end of the month, which could make sense too. Maybe they're just over excited with all of that. In this next topic, Tesla has a $29,000 price target for their new, more inexpensive compact model. This is a pretty interesting post from Christopher Dungeon, and we don't know if this is like just a statement or someone he's just saying this, but if you take a look at his sources, let's take a look. Tesla has an internal goal of $29,000 for the compact MSRP. And so I guess this could be like robotaxi variant, but something that people could buy and drive. But here is his actual source from this. You can see here who said this. This was in the Cybertruck video by John CHR many months ago. And supposedly in that video, there was a Tesla employee that gave this information within that video. And so it would be pretty interesting to see when this vehicle, if it comes out, because they did say that potentially this vehicle could be coming out before June, and it would be a very interesting time frame. But affordable $29,000 compact coming online before the end of this year. And so now, like, there seems to be more models coming into the mix though. And so if we got a non-launch Model Y coming out, and then we have a cheaper $29,000 Tesla coming out, that definitely will affect both of each other. And so it will be semi-interesting to see what actually happens with that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. So congrats on buying your Tesla, or you're about to just buy your Tesla. But now here's the second most exciting part. That's accessories. And there's a ton of accessories out there, probably even way too much. And I try and bucket it into the top 3 accessories that you can get. And that's going to be phone mounts, all-weather floor mounts, and center consoles. A good set of all-weather floor mounts is probably my #1 recommendation. And I've got a bunch of links and discount codes to all the accessories that I recommend again down below in the description and on our best deal spreadsheet on page 2. Check out this one from Jawa that we use on all of our Teslas, link down below, or their center console, which I also use on all of our Teslas as well. A must-have because Tesla doesn't come with a center console. But my number one accessory I recommend is going to be all-weather floor mats, and I bucket it from 3 different options: good, better, and best. The good ones are going to be the ones that you find on Amazon. Better is going to be the ones from like Tasmanian. But my favorite, all-time favorite that we have on our Model X and Model 3 Performance currently is going to be a set of all-weather floor mats by 3W Liners. If you use our promo code down below in the description, you'll find that the price of these floor mats are pretty in line with some of the other ones at a much higher quality material. So thank you to everybody that's used our links to support the channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Eric, mine just says March 2025. I live in the Dallas area and I heard they were starting to offer demo drives in Austin and Dallas, but I went yesterday and they don't have any demo drives for new Model Y yet. Yeah, it seems to be select locations. Hey, Colin, thanks for that. The Domain in Austin, yeah, that's one of the location, has 2 demo Model Ys, both in red, physically confirmed, but I had to make an appointment for the regular one and then tell them I want to drive the new one, but had to wait an hour. Hey, that's not bad. They're making you drive the old one to see all the different upgrades and everything. But if you're just joining in, welcome. And it also seems like New York. I don't know what location this is, but Jordan on YouTube posted a video of driving it around in New York and also had really good feedback. And what I really like from his perspective is that he's coming from a Model X, which is really cool. And then Ben from Voyage ATX, Ben went to go to the one, I believe, in Austin, because this is probably the same one you went to, Colin, because they have 2 red ones. You can see this, or Ben's in a red one right here, and then they're looking at another red one straight ahead and was able to drive 2 of those. Antonio, hey Dennis, great to catch you live. This Model Y might be a salvage. Found one 2022 Model 3 16K in Sacramento, but looks too good to be true, but found out I had a salvage title. Yeah, that seems to be the case with some of these vehicles. And so just buyer beware and definitely check the Carfax and everything. Usually they're pretty upfront because most people can catch that stuff right off of the bat there. And so certainly it is pretty interesting. Okay, so now we've reached the breakdown. So thank you all for dropping by and reaching the end of the live stream. We're trying something new. And so if you want to be a part of the breakdown, here is what it basically is. So we're trying something new here. If you've got a bunch of questions, Tesla questions or whatever, you can submit a video to us. The link is in the live stream chat and it's also on our YouTube community post page as well. You have to scroll down a little bit. It's right here. And this is what the form looks like. You submit a video and then we play it live on stream and then try and answer the questions and everything. So let's go ahead and try this out. This, of course, is going to be our first one. And our first viewer today is, or our first question is coming from Michael Jennings. So let's go ahead and play it.
Is it worth it buying now or maybe waiting? Hey Dennis, I've really been thinking about getting a used Model 3 Tesla, the ones that are around 100,000 miles, $15,000 to $20,000 range, but I'm a little hesitant. So maybe you could go through a little bit, kind of the pros and cons. Is it worth it buying now or maybe waiting? So if you could hit me up on that, that'd be great.
Sweet. Thanks for that, Michael. And so, yes, there's definitely a very interesting time right now because there's definitely a ton of prices, low prices like this for Tesla Model 3s that have depreciated, and they certainly are taking even more depreciation right now because the new Model 3 is out, the new Model 3 Performance is out, and so certainly you could keep waiting to see what happens. But in terms of the used car time frame, there are a couple of elements and a couple of factors that you have to be aware about. It's tax season right now, or taxes are going to be due by March, April, give or take. And on top of that, when people do their taxes, guess what they get? They get like a refund or a tax refund, which could be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. On top of that, you add on spring fever where it's nice weather out. And certainly people just want to buy a new thing or a nice thing or treat themselves. And so that could be something where you might want to get ahead of that and try and buy a vehicle now beforehand. But in terms of the landscape of the used Model 3 side, I mean, there's certainly tons of 2021s, 2022s that are well priced. Another thing that was added on this year, I guess my first question is, do you qualify for the used EV tax credit? Because if you do, then I would primarily be looking at 2022s and 2023s. My favorite resource when I'm looking for used vehicles is I like going to cars.com and Auto Trader and all these different things, but I actually like looking at Facebook Marketplace as well, because Facebook Marketplace are real people that are selling vehicles. Of course, there's dealers on there as well, because I like kind of like negotiating with real people because they only have a couple different options when they're selling their vehicle. They can either sell it to CarMax, Carvana, or sell to you as a person. So what I actually do is I go to websites like Car Buyer USA and I try and find what the wholesale value of that said vehicle that they're selling is and try and negotiate around that time or price range. And so let's say you find like a 2022 Tesla Model 3 that's like an all-wheel drive in your area. Let's say it's got 100,000 miles that you're looking for. I like to try it and I'll put the vehicle like in just like this. I'll click get offer and I'll see that the wholesale value is like 17 and a half, 17.7. And so my offer will usually start about $1,000 to $2,000 right above that, because I kind of know if that seller is really looking to sell, they're getting the same similar offers from like CarMax, Carvana, and also Car Buyer USA as well. And so trying to figure out what the wholesale value is important and then structuring that deal a little bit higher. If you do qualify for the used EV tax credit, then using like websites like Key Savvy can get you that $4,000 used EV tax credit. Key Savvy kind of acts like that broker or dealer in between you and also the seller, so that you can get that $4,000 EV tax credit as well. And so certainly I would primarily try and stick in the 2022 to 2023s, and I would try and use Car Buyer USA to try and find that value of what price that could actually be at. On top of that, we do have auction access, and so certainly I can pull up 2022s and see what type of values they're going for at the auction, and we can see that 2022 Tesla Model 3 all-wheel drive long range is interesting. They're actually holding pretty steady in that right under $25,000 price range, which is very interesting because of the tax credit. You have to buy under $25,000 to get that $4,000 EV tax credit. And the last thing is like Hertz EV sales. I know it could get a bad rap because these are rental vehicles, but from what I feel and seen, Tesla vehicles are pretty, not bulletproof, but they hold up well in terms of all the different electronics. So I really wouldn't be worried. Like here's a 2023 right now that does qualify for the tax credit at $21,569, and it's got 72,000 miles. The last tip I have is warranty. So 100,000 miles, yes, you're not going to have that 4-year 50,000 bumper to bumper mile warranty, but you will still have a little bit of that battery and drivetrain unit warranty. If you're getting a long range, a Model 3 long range gets 8 years, 120,000 miles. A standard range only gets 8-year, 100,000 miles. And so I would not look at a rear-wheel drive at all. Actually, if I was getting one with 100,000 miles, I would want to get it if a Model 3 long range with 100,000 miles, because then that gives me about 20,000 miles at the end of it to see if anything goes wrong. So I've got 20,000 miles of buffer so I can go to Tesla service and everything. Hopefully this video helped, Michael. Thank you for submitting your question to the breakdown. If you want to submit your question to the breakdown, definitely check out the link down below in the description so you can submit a video to us and we'll answer your questions live on stream. But let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking. If you got comments down below, drop it, and also in the live stream chat as well. I replied to that post by Ben with mine. Nice. Your review? Sick. Warped. I was at the domain in Austin today to see the showroom. They have a Cybertruck new Model Y in silver and a Model 3 Performance Ultra Y test driving one tomorrow. Nice. Warped. Let me know what your thoughts on that one. Not everyone gets refund. I have to pay several thousands. Yeah, not everyone does, but I want to say, I mean, I guess it's a good question. What bulk or what percentage of the United States population gets a refund and what percentage doesn't get a refund at tax season in April? But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button in the comments and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.